flight with Audio Airstrike.
So let's get into Brightburn, this movie review, really quickly. So Brightburn, I went and watched it kind of a couple days after it came out. Jeff, you watched it a couple days after it came out. This is my initial thoughts of Brightburn. For those of you who went into this thinking that this was going to be, you know, this version of evil Superman or some sort of, they're going to, you know, make this more of a Clark Kent evil type of deal. No, you're not getting a reference of Clark Kent. You're not getting a reference of Smallville. You're not getting any type of reference.
Okay, hold on, stop right there. I didn't see this movie. And the way it was promoted, 100% was evil Superman.
That's the marketing scheme to make you go watch it.
Very deceitful.
So that's what?
That's the marketing
False
scheme to make you.
advertisement?
You can say what it is. It's called smart marketing. If I know that I'm basing this off a superhero, but it's my own version of a universe and a parody, yes, I'm going to market it to make you think you're going to see evil Superman.
You don't think this is going to hurt Netflix in the end?
This wasn't produced by Netflix. This was Sony.
You don't think this is going to hurt the studio in the end?
It's going to hurt that particular project. It's not going to stop Sony's money.
Fans will never buy into that again.
If they do, it's their choice. They left it open. If people bought into it, they left it open for there to be a possibility. If they don't, they just don't have to move forward. That's how the studios work.
Sony's struggling.
Let me tell you, from a standpoint, if this was evil Superman, this is what caught my attention. This is what made me want to watch it. So you're right. It was very smart. I'm glad I didn't waste no money on it, but it was very smart because it brought me in. Now, I'm going to dissect it from this point of view. Was it a good, decent movie? Yes. Was it what I wanted to see? No. So, with that being said, you take my favorite childhood character as Superman.
They didn't take your childhood character as Superman. They made their own version.
They created their own
they
version
made a parody
of
version.
Literally all of his statistics. Even put him in Kansas. Brightburn fucking Kansas.
Are you kidding me?
Literally.
That's where Brightburn comes from?
Right.
Grew up on a farm. Was found in the woods.
No. He left a car?
He had a spaceship in the woods.
In the fields?
The spaceship talked to him. They literally stole his statistics. I don't care what anybody says. This was not just, a rob job from DC. This was a carbon copy. A fuckboy version of Superman. Literally.
So since I haven't seen it, I have a question. You said it was a good movie.
It's worth watching.
It's worth watching.
But why?
I'm not a Superman fan, right? And I don't know everything there is to know about Superman. And I just tune in. I'm like, damn, this little alien kid has a sweet ass mother.
She hot?
She's pretty hot. A cool ass dad. Takes some hunting and shit. This motherfucker just starts murking people for no reason.
Also,
fucking bleeding their faces with his fucking razor beam eyes.
So there's no reason for him to turn evil?
Really, he got picked on.
That's all they went with.
Clark Kent got picked on.
They literally used a bully campaign to sell this movie.
Oh, well, they are.
Oh, no, my bad. He wasn't Clark Kent. This was Brandon Byers.
They are into this big bully campaign.
So, I get the moral story. So, okay. If I'm not pissed off because this robbed my character, stole a carbon copy of my character, this is a good movie. I'd watch it. This is pretty cool. I like it. I like the concept. But knowing everything I know, holy fucking shit.
But
this dorky looking fucking kid gets upset because the bitch didn't want him.
Who do you think the primary audience was, though?
And then murked her mother.
Who do you think the primary audience was?
It's definitely 18 to 24.
But I'm saying, was it Superman fans? Was it DC Superman fans? Was it primary target?
Yeah. That's who they targeted.
I think it's a safe bet.
They hit me hard. I'm like, damn, I can't wait.
So what are the odds that it was just a random casual guy or anybody that said, man, I just want to see this movie? Who didn't think this was the evil Superman? Who didn't think this was leading to injustice?
I honestly can't answer that question, but if it's marketed,
well, this is for Everett. Everett's the movie guy, man.
So here's how I feel about that, right? So from you're speaking as a comic book fanatic, and I appreciate that analogy. But if I'm a studio, You already got your fix of Justice League, Man of Steel, and whatever else, and you're good at this point. If I'm a studio, if I'm not into comics, you got your fix. I could care less about your fix as a studio. I'm seeing this as a potential cash cow to start something original, and I can bring in the casual fan and make them into fanatics of this particular parody that I am doing. You already got your fix of the DC universe.
Do you think that's even possible?
I'm just telling you how studios think.
Consider Brightburn is not even a comic, so there's not even a built-in fan base yet. So you're trying to build a fan base out of scratch by ripping off another character. I don't think that's a viable.
They can do that off casual fans who are not big into Superman.
I don't think you can, because even casual fans know who Superman is.
But they did it at the wrong time, and let me explain to you why. They literally just scrapped Justice League 2, right? Was the movies leading up to Justice League 1 good? Set aside Wonder Woman and Aquaman. The rest of them sucked.
Sucked is like being kind. It was worse than that.
They sucked. We literally lost every character that was in the Justice League. They scrapped all of them. At the wrong time and a pinnacle point of a DC fan's, life. We have no longer no clue what's going on with our universe. Then you give us this shit. And I'm calling this shit not because it wasn't good. It was directed pretty good. It had really good sequences. I appreciate the shots it was given. The CGI was fantastic. They were spot on with a lot of different things. I appreciate the fact they didn't make him look too powerful to where he was just launching shit. But when the scene happened when he took the lawnmower and was trying to, rev it up and he accidentally took it and launched it across the damn field, and he just realized he had powers, then all of a sudden he starts to fly and murk people with heat vision. That's where you fucked up. You literally just...
So he didn't have no Smallville where he had to build into it, learn how to use it?
Nope. Just his ship was, giving him nightmares. And he was waking up...
So you don't like the fact that it was rushed?
Not only was it rushed, but it was slow. I don't like that fact. That's not the fact of the movie.
It was rushed and it was slow?
Yes.
How?
How you find that as a good movie then?
It was okay. I'm gonna tell you why it was a good movie, because each scene seemed so slow. They gave you such an eerie, creepy, I want to say not monogamous, but wait for something to happen.
Right.
That when it did happen, you were like, "Fuck."
So what, Annabelle?
So you like the timing then? So it's not really you like the timing of it.
But I feel like they rushed his character. They didn't really tell you what the fuck was going on. He just started having nightmares, and then you just started seeing him pull away from his mother, and he starts to fucking murk people. And I feel like that was rushed, but it was slow to the point to where when he's in his zone, you don't know what the fuck's going on. They're camping, then he's not there no more, and he's creeping on this girl in this bedroom window, who makes him look like a freak.
Stalker.
Makes him look like a stalker. So not only did we take away Clark Kent's charm and, rip him apart from what he actually was, we got this dude creeping on girls, not even just girls. I'm talking preteens. He's a preteen himself, creeping in their windows, doing some freak ass shit. And it's like, at what point, where is the moral value of this movie? Where is it going? That he's crazy? Where are you taking this? Is this going to be a 2 and 3 film? What is this?
I think this was definitely set up to be a 2 or 3 film, but the problem is it's about the box office, and who is invested is going to tell you how far this movie goes. I can't say this is the original concept. I have to call it a parody, because that's what it is to me. It feels like a parody.
Well, of course it would have to be a parody.
It would have to be a parody. It feels like a parody to me. I'm not going to call this an original concept.
Let me throw one more thing at you.
What?
Let me throw one more thing at you. He started murking people for no reason. So when he was, when his aunt, she's the guidance counselor, he has to go to guidance counseling because he broke this little girl's hand by shaking her hand and squeezing it. He murked her for no reason. And why did he murk her? Can you tell me why he murked her? I know why. I just want you to tell me why he murked his aunt.
Well, she was basically about to spill the beans about his behavior. To the school, to the police.
To the police. Why the fuck would he worry about the cops? What the fuck can the cops do to him? That's my issue.
He's also a 12-year-old child.
He's scared of the cops.
Hold on. Ooh. He's also a 12-year-old child.
But he's tossing fucking grown men across the field. make it, and not only that,
But he's also a 12-year-old child.
he
Like,
killed he murked his uncle and set it up like a car crash. So not only is he diabolical, this little
But what-
fucking
what's-
emo kid. I'm just
So
saying.
think of this. Okay, here's what all comic books have in common, right? They keep the heroes interesting with good backstories. But what's the key to a good villain?
a motive.
A motive, right? A villain has to have.
It has to be a motive.
Your
it
villain,
has to.
your
It has
villain
to.
has to be.
It has to be a motive so traumatic
Right.
that it forces them to go chaotic.
Right. So what is the key? It's intriguing. So they force you to look at what is a villain, what is a hero most of the time, because that's what builds a good hero villain story.
Right.
Because one guy took it this way and the other guy took it this way.
Absolutely.
But, so if a guy's just straight crazy and he's got powers, how's that interesting?
It's not interesting
villain?
at all.
That's not the way to build it.
Who is the hero of the story?
That's
you know
the-
his one weakness? Lead. He can be stabbed by lead. Or maybe it's not lead. They didn't specify, but it's metal. It's some kind of metal.
It's metal from that ship. We don't know what type of metal it is, but we know it's metal from the ship that he came from.
So who is the hero of the story? Because everybody's dead. He fucked everybody up. Everybody we were introduced to is dead.
Normally, I love that type movie, but if you're going to build it as a kind of a comic book type thing, you better keep the shit interesting because there are one-off movies.
Now, let me tell you my hopes and expectations from the movie. I'm hoping to see, okay, they're in Kansas. Perfect. Okay, great. Let me tell you my hopes and expectations. I'm hoping to see some kind of Easter egg, a newspaper. Clark Kent wins the championship in high school football.
You're not getting
I'm
Clark
hoping
Kent
to
with
see
this.
something like that. I'm hoping to see some kind of twist here. Something. Some hero.
Jeff, I hate to be the bearer.
There's nothing.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You're not going to see any notice of Clark Kent or Superman in this.
No shit.
I don't think there's going to be another movie because,
That's my issue.
A, I know Sony Studios is super struggling, and they're throwing darts at the dartboard praying.
Yeah, this is what they
Dude,
did.
Once they gave Marvel half of Spider-Man back, that was the only interesting thing they had going. Like Sony movies is not doing well. First they had the whole email thing, then the chick was racist, then she was also a bitch. Dude, they have struggled. Name me a Sony movie in the last 5 years that was worth watching.
I mean, I
You're gonna say Venom.
could probably find one.
Venom,
gonna say
Venom
Venom.
was trash, so
But-
let's not even talk about that. That was trash.
I don't know how that did so well. You know, I was not a fan of Venom. Me and Everett agreed on something.
It was trash.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's
I
trash.
was so I went into this movie because it was hyped. Like people would say, "Oh, you need to go see this movie. This was really good." I'm thinking, "Damn, really? Is that
Casual
good?"
fans.
I'm a huge
The
Venom
power
fan.
of casual fans.
See,
You know,
I'm a Venom fan too, but
I'm waiting. I'm like,
if you
"Damn,
mind
Venom was
Spider-Man,
good."
you take Spider-Man out of Venom, it really is not that interesting.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was quirky. I thought it had its moments. But you know what it did? It Sony did the fuck up, just like Amazing Spider-Man.
Terrible movies,
Right.
both of them.
They try to put too much funny and too much, how can I say it, seriousness together in one little space, and you just can't.
Do you think that's a Marvel effect, Everett?
Well,
Yes.
here's the problem with what's going on right now. People are seeing the success of Marvel and the superhero movie, and then they're trying. You having all these copycats. That's what Brightburn has become. That's what Brightburn is, a copycat.
Shit.
They looked
Brightburn
at
was
that.
a carbon copy.
Right. They looked at that and said, "Oh, we're in this era of superhero movies, and some of these, and this era is ending. So now we can start our own." Bro, we just got it one too long. A couple months ago, we were just finished with Endgame. Let us have a break. Like, don't come out with nothing for another 2 to 3 years.
Why? Phoenix is about to come out.
That's a different. That's a different
that's
canon.
Fox,
though.
yeah, but that's also
Fox.
That's the death of Fox. So they had to bring it out.
Yeah.
I
Disney-
thought the last two X-Men sucked.
Disney takes over Fox now, so this was their last movie.
Well, let's hope Disney does not take over any
They do.
type of. Oh, if they do,
Well, they got control
It's
of
gonna
that
be
now.
trash.
They now own the Fantastic Four and the X-Men back.
well,
Here's a problem. I can already tell you with Dark Phoenix.
I can too.
Who's killing her, first off? If you don't have Wolverine in a fucking X-Men movie, who's going to watch? Nobody. I won't get started on that fucking Apocalypse movie. That was just fucking
Trash.
That was just
Yeah,
can
I
I
wasn't
shit
hype
on
on
a
it.
film and see if it'll still work.
And I think they started off great. I think they
Days of
started.
Future Past?
They started it off.
Well, Days of Future Past was great.
Great.
Days of Future Past was awesome.
What was it? Yeah, it started off great. Then they went back they went back into the future. Yeah, and they had Kitty, right? And then they took her out. They took Rogue out, right? And then they came out with that fucking Apocalypse movie who looked like a video game.
Dude,
that was Amazing Spider-Man to me.
Dude, that Apocalypse was. I was like, wow, you're a $1 billion studio, and that was the best we could get.
Yeah, they spent more money on effects than anything. I don't give a fuck about effects. I grew up watching fucking Rocky movies where they weren't even really fucking hitting each other. And it was great. You don't need effects to the point to where I'm looking at a fake person. A guy acting. You know why guys acting so bad? Because they're not actually acting with somebody. They're looking at nothing.
See, I think that's a problem, though. Like, they've went so Michael Bay with this. They're taking away from the actual, like...
I wouldn't even say Michael Bay. I think they went too sci-fi with it, make everything look good. I think when it comes to superhero movies, they've become so dependent on green screen and effects that they have forgotten the story plot and to make that better.
I
think
two questions
that has been
for
the
you.
problem.
Why are Snyder movies bad?
Because he's fucking super dark. Nothing's funny.
No, I would say problem with the studio and story.
That's good. Okay. Why are Snyder movies good?
I mean, if you're talking about from a mechanical standpoint, the visuals are amazing.
I'm talking The Dark Knight. I'm talking all the good stuff. Why are
Snyder,
movies
you can't give that credit to Snyder. You got to give that to Nolan.
You know why you
do
can't
that.
give that credit to Snyder? Because he had Christopher Nolan.
Right.
Snyder is a great exec. He's not a great director. You want screenplay? You want a great executive producer? Somebody saying, "Damn, that was actually a good idea."
Call Snyder.
Put Snyder on executive producer. You want to make a good fucking movie? Put Nolan on as producer. I'm just saying. If you want to make a bad movie, put Snyder as the producer and then throw another fucking name in there.
No. Put Snyder as director.
A director. Yeah, my bad. That's it. Executive. Snyder's a great executive. He goes too dark with these movies. When you have a guy like Superman, who is this soft-spoken, lovable Kansas, country boy.
Southern charm, almost.
He's got Southern charm, beacon of hope. And then you put a dark blue suit on him and have him fucking swimming through I get it. He does miraculous shit. Why can't we do that and make it sound cool and look cool at the same time? Why's it got to be so drastic? Why's it got to walk through fire?
Why does DC have to pick the worst actors ever?
Oh, you mean the balding by the second movie Superman?
Yeah, and fucking Affleck is fucking Batman, and now fucking Twilight Boy.
Hold on. So let me get it, because I talked about this on an earlier show.
I got me a love-hate relationship with Affleck.
Let me put this down to you.
If it ain't the town, don't put him in it.
This is coming from somebody who hated Twilight. I know we're kind of getting off topic with the Brightburn movie review, but we'll bring it back.
This actually brings it all together.
I see that. But let me just get on to what Dale was saying. Have you watched what Robin Pattinson has done after Twilight with the indie movies he has done?
Honestly, I haven't watched a Robert Pattinson movie
Ever
see right in my entire life.
Dale, I'm not trying to be
Nor
rude.
will I ever.
I don't
Dale,
know who that is.
Dale, I'm not trying to be rude. Edward Cullen of Twilight, that guy.
Oh, okay. Now I know who he is.
Okay,
The Twilight
I'm not
guy.
trying to be rude. But you have to take that time to see the indie movies that he's done recently, and then take time to see when the trailer comes out in 2021.
Give me a movie.
Good time. Go see it.
The Time.
Good time.
Good
Go
Time?
see it. High Life, which is a sci-fi film. Go see that.
So
right.
you're saying he's a superb actor?
I'm saying that he is not the actor that you saw glittering as a vampire in Twilight.
Well, I didn't see him in Twilight, so.
I'm just saying, because that's what everybody's been arguing about, and I'm sitting over here like you
I'm
haven't paid
just
attention
taking
to what
for
he
the
can do
look.
recently.
I'm just looking at him and telling you.
I'm not
That's
arguing.
not Batman.
He can't be Batman. I'm arguing he can't be my Batman. He could be Batman Beyond. He's a nice little skinny kid.
Batman Beyond. You're right. So yeah,
He does not look like a billionaire to me. He
That's
does not
true.
look like
Where
Bruce
are we going
Wayne.
with this? Are we going? I mean, we still following the same current timeline, or are we just?
It's a totally different timeline.
If he is
So what are you gonna do?
Batman Beyond, he's a good fit.
The problem with that is, what are you going to do with
Good fit.
Wonder Woman, and Aquaman then? Because they're in this timeline.
And they're successful too. Not only
I know you're not going to reboot. I know you're not
You
rebooting
can't.
them too.
They're both great
well,
roles.
they're done with the Justice League thing. I mean, just
I
wasn't
understand that,
successful.
but they're still in the same universe.
I get it, but this is Ryan. This is Ryan. This is
So we're more
Matt
in a Christian
Reeves, Ryan
Bale.
Reeves, whatever his name is.
We're in a Christian Bale area type Batman, and now you want to give me Batman Beyond? That is an issue.
So here's the issue.
You know what
Okay,
you know who he'd be good as? Robin.
come
One
on, Dale.
Pacific one.
Come on,
Jason
Dale.
Todd. Just so I can see him blow the fuck up.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I sat and I looked at that Daredevil movie. I mean, not Daredevil. That was Ryan Reynolds. I mean, not Ryan Reynolds. Ben Affleck. And I was like, you know what? He's going to be a shitty Batman. He proved me wrong. He wasn't shitty. He just wasn't great.
That's what I'm saying. Let's look at the
Now,
trailer
hold
first
on.
before we start judging.
Let me hit it real quick. Ryan Reynolds did a terrible job at Green Lantern, and then knocked the fuck out the park when it came to Deadpool.
That's because he
But
was a fan of Deadpool.
The thing is though, with the Green Lantern thing, I
I didn't think it was terrible
I don't know
either.
if it was Ryan Reynolds that was bad, or that script was fucking horrible, man. Because that script was god fucking awful.
It's quirky, too quirky. You know, these.
And DC loves this thing of bringing in minor fucking characters all the time, man. Like, what is their obsession with this shit?
But Green
and Marvel
Lantern
hasn't.
Go ahead.
No, Marvel has Hawk.
I mean, Marvel's brought in some really minor characters,
Like who?
but like Hawk, definitely Hawk.
Hawk's not minor, just
War
as villains.
Machine,
Dude,
Black
War-
minor
Widow.
character.
Yeah, but the thing is, War Machine's only in Iron Man.
War Machine. Who's the other guy?
Black Widow is actually a big part of S.H.I.E.L.D., so she makes sense.
Green Lantern was a big part of Justice League.
He is a big part, and,
And
that's
not
the problem.
only that-
who was he fighting?
People, he's the universe defender. His whole squad. They're think about this. Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Green Lantern, and his whole fucking hometown. That's what they were. Who did Green Lantern? Probably fucking Sony, wasn't it? That's what
Probably.
happened.
No, that was a WB.
You put
pick.
Michael Bay. I mean, not Michael Bay. Christopher Nolan on this movie, and I bet you Green Lantern looks great because they have a great origin. They just ain't. You can't. It's hard to utilize.
I don't disagree, but like I said, dude, they picked the worst villain for fucking Green Lantern ever. Look at Justice League. What was the problem with Justice League? You teased Darkseid, and you gave us Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf. Who the fuck knows who that is? Unless you're a big DC fan, you don't know who the fuck that is.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would you rate, bro? What's your last thoughts on Brightburn, Jeff?
As a Superman fan, 5 out of 10. As somebody just watching the movie, 6 out of 10.
Dale, what's your rating?
You didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
Didn't
but
see
let,
it.
let me tell you my interest level in it.
0.
All right, so my rating is a 5 out of 10.
So you didn't think it was that good?
Hold on, you were just
You were defending the fuck out this
number
shit.
one protagonist of this whole freaking movie.
I was speaking as what the studio was thinking. There's a difference. I
Sony
didn't. I
doesn't
didn't.
think so.
I'm just
Look.
speaking. I'm speaking as a studio and seeing. Okay, can I get the casual fan or not? That's what I was speaking to.
You want to see a semi horror film that does something different? Watch Brightburn. If you want to see Superman, don't watch Brightburn.
pretty much.
That's all I'm saying.
Pretty much.